Hi, this is Tom Milano. Go to my website, www.mrtommilanoworldwide.com. I made a podcast. There's a podcast on there that's free. I just did one podcast. This is my other podcast that I'm doing. And there's an audio book that I have on there. It's $30. Like I say, I have two podcasts. This is my second one I'm doing right now. So, okay, let's jump into it, check the first podcast I did out, and this one is going to be, pretty explosive as well. This one is going to be, this is going to be really a good one too. So let me get started. Let's jump. I wrote it down. These are my thoughts. These are all my opinions, my thoughts. A lot of it's based on actual facts. And we're gonna get right into it. So let's jump right into it and get to it, and let's get right. Now in this podcast, there's a lot I'm going to get into, a lot of topics, a lot of things that make my blood boil and piss me off and blow my top. Now I might be jumping around, but there's a lot that I need to get to. So, it's going to be, a little long, but, it's going to be some very good information. I'm going to tell you about the time that I was in Georgia, and, I was the Greyhound bus station in Georgia, in Atlanta. And if y'all ever been to the Greyhound bus station in Atlanta, y'all know what I'm talking about. These are just my thoughts and my opinion and just how I feel. And I know a lot of people feel this way. A lot of my brothers feel this way, white, black, Spanish, Asian, all my brothers, I do this for y'all, and so let me jump right into it. And shout out to Fresh and Fit, Myron, shout out to Anton Daniels. Those are actually my two favorite podcasters. And, Mr. Tom Milano got to be right up there with them, right up there with the greats, because I don't even think they call out the people that I'm calling out. I don't think they go in as I'm going in right now, and I'm about to go in on my stuff. But I like their content, I like their stuff, and check out Fresh and Fit Myron. Check out Fresh and Fit, that podcast, and Anton Daniels as well, So shout out to them, big ups to them, and their podcasts are great. Okay, let's get into it. Number one, so let's go. Let's rock the house. And like I say, I do this for my brothers, and I do this for the men out there. So this is the audience that I cater to, the men and my brothers, and that's just, it is what it is, So shout out to my men, shout out to my brothers. You know what I mean? I do this for y'all, and so let's get into it. Number one, we need to get off OnlyFans. I mean, completely stop going on OnlyFans. If you're that fiend out, watch porn to get your rocks off. Guys, do not support any woman, celebrity or non-celebrity, on OnlyFans. It's dumb. It's stupid. And y'all really looking like some simps, some wimps. Me, myself, have never been on OnlyFans, but I assume it's something where you can chat with the girl, where she shows some of her body parts. But she's talking to other dudes at the same time that she's talking to you. Y'all simping, and y'all giving these girls money every few minutes for what? To see what? Toes, pretty feet? What kind of bullshit is that? I don't care about your feet. Why I want to look at your feet for? That's nonsense. I don't care about your feet. So well, at least we chatting back and forth on the computer. And please remind me, what does chatting on the computer do for me? When you chatting with 50 other people or 100 other people, and they all sending you money every few minutes, what does that do for me? Porn is free, exactly. Save your money. Don't simp on these girls and on OnlyFans. Don't even go on the site. Oh, wait, what about them showing their breasts to you on OnlyFans? So what? Who cares? Who cares about it if it's on the computer? It's on a computer screen. So what can you really do with that? Nothing. You act like y'all never seen breasts before. Y'all act like some real simps, some real dumbasses for even giving a girl money on OnlyFans. Y'all do know that there are hookers all around your city. You could just pay them $100 or $200 for a super fine one, and you can actually get your money's worth by actually having sex with them. I'm not endorsing or suggesting having prostitutes in your life and go looking for prostitutes at night. I'm just saying that there's options available. If you're gonna waste your money on OnlyFans simping on some girls that you're not gonna get nothing out of, but seeing something on a computer screen. The better move, the most cost-effective move is just getting a prostitute. That would be a better way, or a more satisfying way, a more enjoyable way to waste your money. That's all I'm saying about that. Next thing on my list, celebrities. Do you think I would take any political advice from an athlete or a movie star or musician? I think not. I make my own mind up when it comes to who I vote for, which is Republican. Let's go Trump. Let's drain the swamp. Fuck the Democrats. Or as I like to call them, demon rats. Is the proper word for them that I give them. We give these celebrities, movie stars, and musicians too much clout. They do not affect who I vote for in any way. And if that's the way some people think, then they are idiots, dumbasses, dipshits. Now let's get to one of the top dipshits on my list. LeBron James. Fuck you. And your spray-on hairline. Looking like an 80-year-old man putting a ball in a hoop. Why do I give a fuck about you putting a ball in a hoop again? I haven't watched basketball in years. Y'all haven't been exciting since y'all went back and forth with the Golden State Warriors. Football is way more entertaining anyway. You was never the best basketball player anyway. It's Jordan first and Kobe second. Kobe had way better ball handling skills and was a way better shooter. So fuck you. Let me set the record straight. If any celebrity, let me set the record straight for the celebrities. I like some of your movies, some of your music, but you don't influence my vote in any way. You really don't mean that much to me anyway. The next thing, I think these days we have to understand that while we try to push certain agendas, we have to understand that a lot of people don't support those agendas. Those woke policies, a lot of people, half the people or most of the people, at least, I don't know what percentage I could put on it, but most of the people don't support that. If you look at if you look at these democratic cities, the Democrats, or should I say demon rats, they destroy their cities. Their cities are destroyed. Some of those cities look like third world countries. How is Baltimore? How is it in Baltimore? It looks like a war zone, zombie land, with the drugs, i.e. fentanyl, and hallucinogenic drugs, the crime rate, the homelessness, the buildings boarded up, or the buildings look like they're about to fall down and collapse. You name the cities. Y'all know that some of those cities, the trashy cities are, and what I mean is trash. I mean, like literally trash on their streets. They don't clean their streets up. I'm not necessarily talking about the people. I'm talking about, the trash on the streets, like garbage, trash. That's what I mean. I.e. Oakland, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Atlanta. It's a lot of cities, and pretty much most of all of California looks like a chemical disaster. What about Chicago? Chicago too, and some parts of Pennsylvania, some parts of Philly. It's okay to call those cities trash, because even the people living in there will tell you that. Businesses close up when it gets dark outside in fear of the stores getting looted. They're in fear of getting robbed, shot, getting robbed or shot. Parents can't take their kids outside because they feel that they are afraid. Because they are afraid of taking their kids outside because they might get robbed. They can't drive a nice car in the neighborhood because they will just carjack you or plan to rob you because they think that you got a lot of money. Like, that's how the saying goes. And like how the saying goes, when you go woke, you go broke. How the saying goes. That's how the saying goes. Why is that? Because a lot of people are not down for that bullshit. All right. Now, do you really want to know what let me give you guys the best tip. You know the best place to find a woman at? You know the best place to find a woman at? I'm going to tell you guys, and you guys probably wouldn't guess this, but I'm going to give you guys the best, information and the best place to get a woman is. So the best place to find a woman is not at the club. We all know that. The best place to find a woman is at a laundromat. Okay. Now let me explain what I mean. When a woman goes to a laundromat, right? She usually doesn't have much makeup on, right? So there's no false advertisement there. So in this way, you get to see what she actually looks like without the paint on her face. You also get to see what type of clothes she wears on a regular basis. Instead of her dressing herself up and getting all dolled up in front of a mirror, you get to see what she actually wears on the regular. Now, another thing you have to figure out as well, that a typical woman spends about an hour and a half, I would say, at a time at a laundromat. An hour and a half to 2 hours at a laundromat with nothing to do. She's usually sitting down waiting for someone to stimulate her with a good conversation. And they're more open and available to talk to you as opposed to a loud nightclub where she can barely hear what you are saying. So you got that 1.5 to 2 hours to talk to her. You spend a lot less money. You spend a lot less money talking to a woman at a laundromat. You could just wash like 2 pairs of clothes and like 2 shirts or a shirt and a pair of jeans, throw it in a small washer. That's $2. You spend $2 there, to put your clothes in a wash, and maybe something might come out of it. Like I say, how much is it to wash a few items? $2, the $2 machine, the $4 machine, as opposed to buying a drink or drinks for a girl at a bar, and you still might not end up with the phone number, so that's, So now the next thing, let's talk about clubs. I wouldn't go to a nightclub. Bars are much better. Nightclubs are too much of a hassle, and it's also false advertisement. Let's get into what I mean by that. For one, girls wear way too much makeup at a nightclub to the point where there's some good makeup out there that can make a girl who is a 5 become a 8.5. So it's false advertisement in that sense. You could take her home, have her spend the night at your place, and wake up in the next morning and she got all that makeup on and the makeup's dried out on her face, and now you're like, damn, what the hell is that? Next thing, there's too much competition at a nightclub. It's like you're trying to beat out the next guy, and it's this constant cycle of trying to beat someone else out. You wouldn't have to do that at a laundromat. Anyway, it's like, who got the nicest car, who got the nicest jewelry on, who got the nicest clothes, etc. Not knowing if y'all gonna hit it off, and like each other anyway. So it's false advertisement. Also, why go to the club when there are a lot of women that a lot of women over there are stuck up. They're self-centered. They're into themselves. Y'all trying to find good relationships at a nightclub. Most of the time, it doesn't happen that way. Most of the time, it doesn't happen that way. Haven't y'all heard the saying? And I don't mean the saying for all women. I just mean it for some. Or when they say the phrase, "You can't turn a hoe into a housewife." Everyone heard that saying. I didn't make that saying up. It's always been out there. But in a lot of cases, it's true. So guys, stop simping. Stop trying to find your one true love at night at a nightclub, because it usually doesn't happen that way. Now, I guess y'all want to, my guys out there, and I really, honestly, to be honest with you, I just want to talk to my guys. I just want to talk to my brothers, my guys, my men out there. I don't care if any woman watches this. Frankly, I don't even want none of y'all to watch this. This is for my guys. This is for us. But anyway, now let me get to the Georgia story. All right, and I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, get a little bit more, into politics right now, and talking about Joe Biden. Won the election last time. Largely because of Georgia, because he won Georgia, and what a mistake that was. And I know the people in Georgia are like, damn, we got a senile old man with dementia in the White House, and who's probably not. He's not probably. Me personally, and a lot of people don't even think he's running the country. They think that he belongs in an old folks home in a senior center. Half the time he's not. I don't even think he knows where he's at. So, but I want to get to Georgia right now, because I actually used to live in Georgia. About 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, and I didn't spend much time in Atlanta when I was there, living over there. But man, I couldn't believe, I'm going to tell y'all a story. This is a true story, that from, when I was in Georgia. Okay, so let me get into it. Now, one place in particular that I want to talk about is Georgia. Like I say, I wrote a lot of stuff down because just so I don't stutter as much, Now, one place in particular that I want to talk to about is Georgia, and also so I don't forget my thoughts, and I could really tell my guys out there a story. Anyway, at least this part is like, this true story. It's from my personal experience in Georgia at a specific time. But okay, now one place in particular that I want to talk about is Georgia, and specifically Atlanta. One of the craziest experiences I've ever had in my life was in 2022. Now, mind you, I used to live in Georgia, about 30 minutes away outside of Atlanta, years before. But at that time, I didn't spend much time in Atlanta. But around 2022, I was on a Greyhound bus passing through Atlanta, and I had a layover at the Greyhound bus station in Atlanta. So I was stuck at the Greyhound bus station for many hours. Now, this was around 7 p.m., and the streets of Atlanta was a ghost town. I went outside the bus station to walk around, blocks, a few blocks, right outside the Greyhound bus station, probably to get something to eat or something to drink. And as I walked a few blocks downtown outside the bus station. Now, mind you, this was around 7 p.m., but it was dark outside, and about 80% of the businesses that I saw was closed. That tells me that in that area, businesses closed when it got dark because they was in fear of getting robbed, shot, stabbed, carjacked, businesses looted, etc. I also saw a large homeless population right outside the Greyhound bus station in Atlanta. The scenery looked like Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. There was literally open drug dealing everywhere. And I personally saw a guy openly selling fentanyl for $4 right outside the bus station. Oh, and inside I saw people walking around, talking to themselves, pacing the floor. Again, open drug dealing, and not just weed, which in my opinion is fine. Marijuana is fine. A lot of people use marijuana for medicinal purposes and medical purposes, and it actually keeps people calm. It helps with ADD and to calm their nerves. But what they was dealing was fentanyl, hallucinogenic drugs. And this describes a lot of the major Democratic cities, i.e. Baltimore, Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, Oakland, etc. The Democrats, or demon rats as I like to call them, destroy their own cities. And the Democratic elected people destroy their own cities. That is why, one of the reasons why I'm a Republican and a Donald Trump supporter. I like Ron DeSantis as well, but more so in 4 years, not in 2024, but in 2028. And mind you, Ron DeSantis is a Florida governor. And mind you, the governor of Florida. And mind you, the things that I seen at the Greyhound bus station in Atlanta happened just like that in those other cities. Whereas high poverty areas, a lot of crime, a lot of woke policies and woke agendas. People don't clean trash on the streets. People don't clean up the streets and throw trash everywhere. The buildings boarded up or leaning like they're about to collapse. That is what happens in those cities as well. But getting back to Atlanta, do you know that the CNN headquarters is right there in downtown Atlanta, in a short walking distance of the Greyhound bus station? So when the liars and the idiots at CNN go to the studio and go on TV with their nice suits and their nice outfits and spew their shit that comes out of their mouth and all the lies and all the propaganda, well, this is what's going on right outside their building. And keep up with their asswipe Democratic bullshit. This is what goes on outside at their building, right outside their building, and in walking distance a few blocks away, and all over downtown Atlanta. Really, a lot of downtown Atlanta is closed up when it's nighttime, because it's too dangerous, for the businesses to be open. I doubt they really care about the trashiness that's going on right outside the CNN building, outside their building. It's just a continuous amount of them just trying to make y'all look like fools and dumbasses, which they are great at doing. Fooling people, making fools out of people, and playing people out. And let me talk to the black brothers for a second. Y'all been getting played out for years. Y'all been getting played out for at least the last 30 years. You know what I mean? And like I say, I like Donald Trump, and I don't think he's racist at all. And that's the first thing they say, racist. No, he's not racist. And like I say, I like him. The economy was much stronger when he was president, and like I say, don't get bamboozled and lied to and fall for all that nonsense. You know what I mean? So, like I say, let me get to so that was my Georgia story, at the Greyhound bus station story. So now let me keep going. Fuck you, Gavin Newsom. You look like a used car salesman trying to sell people a broken down used car for top dollar, a lemon. A lemon where you drive you drive it out the dealership and the check engine light turns on, and the car has a whole lot of car trouble, and you completely destroyed California. And I'm not really a Fox News guy, but I did watch the debate between you and Ron DeSantis, and he smoked your ass. Sean Hannity was the moderator that day. He pulled up all the facts and how bad the state of California is, and you couldn't even defend yourself. A place that you turned into shit and that you destroyed. Y'all need to watch that debate with Ron DeSantis. He demolished Gavin Newsom. He got smacked down immensely. Fuck Barack Obama. All these places like Los Angeles, California, Baltimore, Atlanta, people are scared to come out at home at night because the businesses close, the stores close down, the businesses close down when it gets dark. So yeah, that's what's going on in the Democratic cities. So now let me, also, and fuck Joe Biden. He's a senile old man, in my opinion, with dementia. Who I believe is really not running the country. It's the global elites that's running the country. The 1%ers messing up the whole damn country and ruining the country with woke Illuminati bullshit agendas. What's the saying? When you go woke, you go broke. The same Illuminati that tries so hard to confuse our children and our adults, they try to confuse our adults as well, onto who they really are and what they really are. Newsflash, if you were born a woman, you're a woman. If you were born a man, you're a man. A man has a penis, a woman has a vagina. Plain and simple. So, stop trying to confuse our society. And let me also say this. Like I say, I don't like lesbians. I don't hate lesbians. I don't like lesbians. And let me give you my reasoning for that. If you're a man, what really does a lesbian do for you? They do nothing for you. They do absolutely nothing for you. The only thing that they really do for you is, the only thing they really do is they try to steal your woman. Or, you know what I mean? So, like I say, and they dress up like guys. You see them at the men's section. It says men's clothing for a reason. Men's section. In the clothing stores, women have the women's section. The men have the men's section. And in my opinion, like I say, and this is just my opinion, but I know a lot of people feel this way. A lot of the guys feel this way. It's like, why are you shopping in the men's section? Supposedly the lesbians, they don't like us anyway. And if y'all think that lesbians like you as a person or they like you in general, no, they don't like you. They don't like you. They want to take your place. They want to take your girl from you. And we always talk about, every time I hear it's like gay stuff, that like the guys blame the gay men. And in my other video, what I was trying to say was, it's not like I support gay guys or whatever like that. It's not, I just know that they're not a threat. A gay man is no threat to you. A gay woman is a big threat to you. And especially, and do you think they really care if y'all married or not? If you got a girl you've been with for years, if you have kids with that woman, if you've been married to that woman, or if you're married to that woman, or she's your fiance or whatever, they don't care about none of that shit. They will steal her from you. You know what I mean? Have her spend a weekend over, y'all say, y'all say this and that, but have your girl spend a weekend at a lesbian's household, or have your girl spend a weekend with a lesbian. Trust me, y'all don't want that. So stop trying to say, this and that, no. Y'all would not, approve of your girl going to a lesbian's house and hanging out or whatever. Y'all wouldn't approve of that. And if she ran it by you and she told you about it, you would say no. If she ran it, so, let's stop like BSing, you know what I mean? And, like I say, the lesbians, you ever notice why a lesbian, they name their, a lot of times they want to have dogs, they name their dogs a man's name. Why is that? Because they don't like y'all. I've been in so many situations where the guy was trying to be cool with the lesbian. For what? They don't like y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I know for sure they don't like y'all. So I'm just saying my personal view and my opinion, I don't like lesbians. And I've just laid out the reasons why. And, You know what I mean? That's just my opinion and just how I feel and my perspective from it. You know, so like I say, I don't know, fuck you, Nancy Pelosi. Fuck you, Janelle Monáe. Fuck you, the Brat. The Brat, a no-hit wonder. Had some of the best music producers working with her. No-hit wonder. No-hit music wonder. Janelle Monáe, same thing. Had the best music producers working with her. No-hit wonder. Not even a one-hit wonder. A no-hit wonder. You know, so, fuck you, Lori Lightfoot. Fuck you, Kamala Harris. And, I don't know if you know about, in WWF, it's now WWE, but they used to have a wrestler named Kamala. So every time I think of that name, I think of the wrestler named Kamala. And if you're, you should look up Kamala and the wrestler in WWF, and you'll see that she sounds just as incoherent as, Kamala, the WWF wrestler. I don't know, fuck you, Chuck Schumer. Fuck you, Stacey Abrams. Fuck you, Van Jones. And, there's so many people that I could say fuck you to, but, yeah, so, check out my website. And like I say, these are just my thoughts and my opinion and just how I feel. And I'm sure of a lot of guys, feel the same way and everything like that. But it's just putting everything in perspective. It's my perspective, but I know a lot of guys feel the same way too. So check out my website, www.mrtommilanoworldwide.com. I'm putting this video up there, and this will be free along with my other podcast I did, and then my audio book that is $30, and I put that on my website as well. Okay, see y'all.